And let me just update you on what's happening here. I believe, and you heard Betsy Brantner Smith say yesterday of National Police Association, you heard Betsy say this. They know who they're looking for as far as the killer of the CEO. They've revealed now publicly his images where he's flirting with a woman. And apparently he stayed at this hostel. We know he reportedly took a Greyhound bus from Atlanta about a month ago to New York City, was plotting this and planning this. Betsy Brantner Smith believes that he won't be found alive, and there are many who believe that. But I do want to get into this issue online that I know is a bit morbid, but how many people are just sounding off about hating health insurance companies? Nothing to do with this man. He's a victim, but it has really shown me how many of us hate insurance companies in general and believe that we need reform. And this perhaps will bring an important, it's tragic, albeit, but I think it will bring forth an important issue as to how we've suffered in this country at the hands of these greedy, monopolistic companies.
Can you think of an industry that has a worst favorability rating?
No.
No,
I think
me neither.
News, lamestream, the so-called legacy media
you might be right.
is probably number 2. But I think the insurance companies, as far as just being hated for what they do, because it's so personal, right? If you or especially your loved one, for me, I told you the story at the time. I did shows on this with this company, United Healthcare, when Michael, when the doctors decided that the insulin was not the correct insulin. He has type 1 diabetes. He dies without the insulin. This is not type 2, which is awful. This is type 1. This is an autoimmune disease that I wish did not have the label diabetes. But I mean, he will die without that insulin. They said it wasn't right for him. They switched it. And oh my God, it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep for a week.
Wow.
He was like sick.
He was having reactions and all?
Yes, it was awful. And then it's an upheaval in the whole family's lives.
Yeah.
And so I can't stress enough how much, these insurance companies, there's so much sympathy out there for the shooter. Not that that's right. Obviously, it's morbid. In other words, people speculating that this person has a child who died or a mother who died or that sort of thing because they couldn't get the care they needed. We'll find out more, obviously, and probably soon, but they know who they're looking for. There's no question in my mind because of the clear pictures. So we'll talk about that one moving forward. We will get to this local story that I've touched upon in the past, and especially in Delaware County, but I've talked about Montgomery County, the taxes, your property taxes going up, and now we're seeing it in real time, and we'll get to that with Delaware County. Congratulations, Delco. I mean, your taxes, they are going up, and this is a huge tax increase that is going to happen, and if you listen to this, the community is outraged, but you get what you deserve when you vote for the Democrats. And they're not even considering, to my knowledge, they did not do an audit. They're not considering budget cuts. Wait until you hear. We'll get to that. Should we get to that now? So this is a Fox 29 report. These public hearings have been going on. Democrats say, no, we have to raise taxes nearly a total over a 2-year period, nearly 30% hike in property taxes.
Yeah, Jason, that sizable proposed tax increase has many homeowners fuming tonight. It would be the second tax increase for Delaware County property owners in as many years, and some say this one goes too far. From gas to food to your electric bill, we're getting used to paying more for just about everything these days. But in Delaware County, now a proposed tax increase of 23.8% after a 5% increase last year. It has some homeowners seeing red.
And you need to get out of here. Leave. We've asked you to resign before. Please, resign. You can.
For the second straight day, the heat was turned up on County Council after a plan to hike taxes to fund its 2025 budget.
How can I be expected to buy a home, start a family, and invest in this community if the cost of living continues to spiral out of control?
This is not a budget that I want to present to council.
County officials say the deficits come from inflation and 12 years without tax increases. They say it's painful but necessary.
It is clearly not an insignificant ask that I make with this budget, but it is what I believe is necessary to move us through to sustainability.
According to the county, the increase would mean about $185 a year on a county average home.
The buck stops here, and in council's case, the buck stops with you.
Residents lined up to call on the Democratic-controlled county council to reconsider the increase and cut back on spending.
But what is this going to do to someone who can't afford food? What are they going to do with their rent and their mortgage?
$185 might not be much to you, but, you know, that adds up to me.
One possible solution, a plan to sell off the county's wastewater system to Essential Utilities. Company representatives say a deal would inject $125 million into the county.
This would be the best outcome for Delaware County residents. It would avoid the proposed tax increase, increase the general fund, and maintain sewer rates.
Chris O'Connell reporting there. So here's the deal, and I'll clarify something in that Fox 29 report, that what they're preparing, it looks like, to approve next week is a 23% property tax increase. That's on top of last year's 5% hike for a total 28% hike over 2 years.
What?
So if you voted for Dems in Delco, you're getting what you deserve. But unfortunately, I don't know how these people voted who are speaking out. I imagine some of them may have voted for the Dems. And so, Delaware County used to be a red, much like all the collar counties were red. Then it went Democrat. Well, now look at what you see. And they have no excuse. They did some big expenditures that they could not afford. They're being accused of mismanaging these funds. As far as the Democrats, the council here, they are trying to blame the Republicans, but the problem is there are receipts, there's evidence of their alleged misspending. So will this influence voters can you imagine your taxes going up nearly 30% during this time of, inflation, a tough time with the gas prices, like they said, gas, groceries, etc. It's ridiculous. And they're just so apathetic and obtuse, just saying, nope, this is the only choice. That's it. So your thoughts on that, 855-839-1210, the number to call. And this is the baggage of the past, right? Because they're also blaming, the COVID dollars. I'm saying to myself, there's still COVID money? How much money was it? Are you kidding me? It's almost 2025 and we're still running on COVID money? Well, that's ridiculous too. So we all pay. And just like Wawa, Wawa is, I think, the canary in the coal mine, if you will. The fact that Wawa this weekend is the last weekend of the Wawa at 16th and Ranstead Streets in Philadelphia. It's the 9th, store number 9, shutting its doors in less than 4 years. And you think about since 2020. So this is the lawlessness. This is post-pandemic. This is Krasner. That's what this is. This is Jim Kenney. It's not Sherelle Parker's fault, but this is the baggage of bad policies, bad policies and bad politics. So the one in Port Richmond, that was a little bit of a surprise. That one was in 45 years, I think.
Wow.
The Port Richmond Wawa that closed
the
this
one that
summer.
was right next to the Sunoco?
Yeah.
There? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh.
And that one shut down. But all the other 8, if you look at them, the other 8, they're all in Center City.
I do have some audio for this as well, Dawn.
Of Wawa?
Yeah, the Wawa story.
Let's hear it.
Oh, snap. Damn.
We pointed out the sign on this Wawa's door to Sion Tribble. It reads, "We apologize. This location is closing on Sunday, December 8th, 2024. Real bummer, Tribble says, because this spot at 16th and Ranstead Street was one of the few Wawas not on the city's outskirts.
Some people don't have a car because this is like a walkable city. Right. And also people don't want to pay Uber just to go get Wawa. I think they should bring some back because also it provides jobs for people.
This is the 9th Wawa to close in Philadelphia since 2020. Back in 2022, when the one at 11th and Market closed, the company cited crime in the city as a reason why.
People are stealing all the time. That's why they got to close. This particular spot's why they got to close. Security's useless.
Using the 5-finger discounts, so it's basically hurting the business.
A spokesperson for Wawa sent NBC 10 this statement that the, quote, 16th and Randstead store initially opened in 2020 as a pilot test of a smaller urban store concept, which also included a walk-up window. However, due to its limited size, we have determined that we are not able to provide the same kind of in-store experience and full Wawa offer that customers expect. The sign lists 2 other Wawas that remain open in Center City, here at 9th and Walnut, then 17th and Arch.
And then we see more Wawas opening in the suburbs just outside Philadelphia in the border. And part of that is, well, in 2022, remember that Wawa officials were vocal about it. And they said, yeah, they blamed inflation, basically Bidenomics, but they also blamed the homelessness and the crime issues going on. And so they promised that all the workers that work at these Wawas, they will have an opportunity to work at the Wawas in the burbs or the other ones that remain open. But when you look at the map and you think about this, and then think about those workers at the Wawas who were being attacked, remember this? Maced, armed robberies. This is a result of the DA Larry Krasner baggage, Bidenomics, all of that. Hey, a heads up here on Truth Social. President-elect Trump, because I want to get to these Patriot Awards, because this was, I thought, a great moment when he received the Patriot of the Year award, because he always talks about, remember when Time Magazine made him the Person of the Year, and he said, oh, it should be Man of the Year, Woman of the Year, but Patriot of the Year, pretty nice, pretty sweet. He gave that, speech afterwards. But this morning on Truth Social, he is doubling down on his full support for Pete Hegseth, and that's today. He's saying that Pete will be a fantastic, high-energy Secretary of Defense. He's doing very well. His support is strong and deep, much more so than the fake news would have you believe. So President-elect Donald J. Trump, I think he realizes that, it's that old saying, if they smell blood. So Matt Gaetz, went away. Kim Bondi, we all agreed, is going to be fantastic for the other pick. But at this point, I think he realizes, nope, we gave up one. We're not giving up on Pete. He says he was a great student, Princeton, Harvard, educated, military state of mind. He will be fantastic, high energy. And that one, he says, one who leads with charisma as well as skill. So that's this morning. Pete is a winner. There's nothing that can be done to change that. So he's supporting Pete. We'll see how this goes. But I think it's smart that he, that he's doubling down on this. Your take on that, 855-839-1210. If you want to say around the corner, you'll hear more from Trump as he was accepting his Patriot of the Year award. And then he was talking about things that actually Michael Watley had told me yesterday when I interviewed him live about what elections of the future need to look like. And so we'll go through that as well. We have some fun stories that Dan Borowski, our great executive producer, has found. And it really brings up the issue of, do your neighbors have those huge blow up, like the blow up Santa or the blow up Frosty the Snowman?
We got a doggy in the front yard that
You
don't
do?
blow up. Yeah. It's just like a dead carcass of a blow up thing.
And then, because during the day, it's kind of like, it looks like it's all deflated. Then you inflate it at night.
Yeah.
Is it an eyesore?
It is. I'll admit it is. Yeah, we just got like some random tarp on our ground, it looks like. And we don't inflate it because we got that little rescue doggy, Callie, and for some reason the inflatable, whenever it's blown up, maybe because it's a giant dog, it triggers her.
She's like, oh, I'm not going out.
She starts barking at it, so we can't even inflate it. Yeah.
Dan, you and Maisie have to get a little picture of that, like a little video, and put it out on social media.
Of her going crazy?
Of her going crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't want to give the wrong. She's such a cutie. I want to give the wrong impression of her. Angry.
Being a yip dog or something.
Yeah.
I love it.
YouTube.com/@12WPHT. Go like and subscribe. Notifications as well. But when I chat in there, my little image is the picture of the doggy.
I love
little Callie, yeah.
So we'll talk about one couple that wants to make Christmas great again and their giant inflatable Santa on the lawn. We'll talk about them, get your take. So much going on, so much breaking. Stay right there. It's Friday. It's the Dawn Show. Be right back.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-714-9090. 800-714-9090. 800-714-9090.
Cancer, a scary word, but not so scary if you have the right team. Hi, this is John DeMasi, host of Health Watch, Sundays at 8 and again at 4 here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. And that team is Dr. Molly Fantasia and the medical staff at Innovative Medical Associates. Yes, cancer is a scary word and a difficult condition if you've been diagnosed. Over the years, the staff at Innovative Medical Associates has helped hundreds of patients with their unique medical hydration protocols. Cancer support is a large part of the practice at Innovative Medical Associates.
We believe in medical hydration. We've improved it so much that we are able to help people across the board with challenges before they become chronic.
Talk about improving your quality of life. Most likely, that'll happen when you visit Innovative Medical Associates. Check them out on the web at innovativemedicalassociates.com or call 856-489-0505 to schedule your initial complimentary consultation.
Gerhardt's Appliances has what you need to be tailgate ready this season for the birds. Whether it's the in-home appliances needed to prepare your famous Kelly green pepper casserole before pregame, or the barbecue grills you'll need to fire up the last of your sausage links in the parking lot before kickoff, Gerhardt's has you covered with the best game day deals on appliances. Gerhardt's Appliances, helping Philly sports fans get the season cooking since 1945. Visit Gerhardt'sAppliance.com.
It's officially the merry season, and B101, Philly's official Christmas station, is your home for holiday music. Spinning the biggest and best festive tracks all day long, now through Christmas Day. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Get your holiday fix on the radio at 101.1 FM. Ask your smart speaker to play B101 Philly, or listen on the go with the free Odyssey app.
Need new doors and windows, but not high-pressure sales tactics?
If so, give Emmons a call today. At Emmons, we provide top-notch installation service with a focus on quality and customer satisfaction with brands like Anderson and Provia Windows and Doors.
And you can upgrade your home today with our energy-efficient options, which help save you money.
Call us today at 856-885-6677 or visit callemmons.com. From top to bottom,
to inside and out,
at Emmons, we have you covered.
With so much uncertainty in the world today, you may find yourself wondering, is now even the right time to retire?
And so many people are waiting, and those folks are going to be waiting a really long time, I hate to say, because there's no perfect time. The market is always unpredictable and volatile.
Fortunately, Jim Cipriotti has been helping get people to, through, and beyond retirement for over 25 years. Each week, he wants to help give you that freedom to retire. Listen to Freedom to Retire with Jim Cipriotti, Saturday mornings at 9 and Sunday afternoons at 5 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
It's Joe Conklin with the City Rhythm Orchestra at Westchester University and Pittman, New Jersey in February.
It was fabulous. It was the most joyful night I have experienced in a long time.
The Frank Sinatra guy, I really liked him.
His imitation of the Bee Gees.
That's Conklin with City Rhythm and the story of Philly sports through music. Westchester University on February 21st and the Broadway Theater in Pittman, New Jersey on February 22nd. Tickets to a Conklin show make great holiday gifts. For tickets, go to joeconklin.com. joeconklin.com!
Times are tough. Sometimes a paycheck just doesn't cut it. Today, more people than ever need our help. I'm Ernie Russell, Board President of the Catholic Charities Appeal of the Archdiocese of Philadelphia. Through the annual appeal, nearly 1 million people in our community receive help through shelters, soup kitchens, schools for special education, and so much more. Please donate today Your gift matters.
Please donate at CatholicCharitiesAppeal.org. That's CatholicCharitiesAppeal.org.
The Don Stensland Show. Don Stensland live and local on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT and the free Odyssey app.
Bottle of water can't hold me close, baby. Can't hold me close, baby. I want you to know that I'm never leaving, 'cause I miss the snow till death will be freezing. Yeah, you are my home for all seasons. So come on, let's go below zero.
Hold me close. Transition news. Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, two billionaires go to D.C., visiting Congress yesterday and making their pitch on how to slash government. Some of these numbers are, I'm not going to say shocking. I'm not shocked, but I imagine that federal workers who've been zooming it in, and we're learning all the details on this we never would have learned, but this goes to the incompetence of the current administration, how they allowed us, we the people, to not get the services we deserve and to not get what we pay for in our hard-earned tax dollars. This is the fleecing of America. We've been getting ripped off. And while Biden and Harris and their administration have been just doling out about like Big Daddy, right, with the big wheel of money, billions of dollars, whether it's Ukraine or Africa or whatever, doling out all this money, but at the same point, allowing all these federal workers to zoom it in for all these years. And now they have receipts. Now they're the transition team, Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, with their Doge. And they're looking at the efficiency and the inefficiency. And I imagine that there are some people that are very nervous about their jobs, as well they should be. Shame on them. What kind of work ethic do you have? And there are some people who are very efficient working from home, but they're looking through this and saying, how can we cut? The cuts are significant. We'll talk about that one moving forward. And then the other story that I love today that has some local angles to it and local tentacles, pardon me, like who? Liz Cheney, Adam Schiff, Anthony Fauci, and many others. Are they going to get a big preemptive pardon? Is that even legal? I don't think so. We'll get into all of that. But let's get to your calls. 855-839-1210. The number to call. Helene, you're lucky you. You're in Florida.
Yeah.
You fled to Florida because of our tax issues, huh?
Yes.
How are you?
Why stay? I'm doing well. I was a public ed teacher. My school district gave me an early out package. They offered it, and I took it and came down to Florida because
sweet.
The taxes. Yeah, I mean, I watched the meeting. I've been very active in watching. I when they closed the schools, I knew something was going on. I started watching. Then I started watching the county, watching my school district, watching my municipality, and how this all fell onto us as taxpayers. And I knew that once money was being doled out by our government, people are going to spend and then expect that expenditure to continue. Like that's what's happening in Delaware County. I just want to say we didn't have a health department. We are paying millions of dollars for a health department, really, that we don't need as a taxpayer. And also, Aqua came in and they want to buy, Delcora. Well, living in Delaware County, I've lived there for 26 years. I own my property there. I'm having it, someone rents it now because I loved my town, Haverford. I lived in Havertown. I loved it there. And it broke my heart to see my county taxes are going up. My Haverford taxes are going up. My school district taxes quadrupled in the past, 12 years. So we're paying for this. And Aqua, my bill from Aqua has quadrupled as well in those times. So I don't think Aqua purchasing Delcor is a great thing for us because one way or another, we, the taxpayers, are going to foot this bill. And unless people from Delaware County start going to the meetings and saying no, we are going to feel it, and we are feeling it.
So do you think this could flip Delco back to at least bipartisan, as far as, I don't know if they can dissolve that health department. And I think the health department thing is interesting because remember, that was everybody realized during the pandemic that if you have like Val Arkush, for example, if you have a health czar, then that gives a lot of control over the county.
Correct.
So, and all of the inspections and, all of those things, it gives a new form of control to the county. So I think it's about government control. That's just my take that I learned during the pandemic. But do you think that this will at least push forth more bipartisanship in the voting of Delaware County?
Honestly, I mean, I don't think so. It occurring in the next 4 years, and I'm concerned. That's why I said to my husband, you know what? Let's just go. We have the House, and now with, this, coming this looming, let's just say it's pending. They're going to do it whether we say yes or no anyway, which is really sad. And so I don't know that it's going to turn around Delaware County. And let's just go back to it. New topic, which would be are even our elections free and fair in Delaware County? I mean, that's a huge concern for the people in Delaware County. And like I said, unless people really start to go to the meetings and really get involved and we have a huge movement, we need a huge movement to make that turn. And I don't know if the people are up for it. People in Delaware County come home, they're with their families, they're doing things with their kids, they're in sports, they're running their kids here and there. Who has time? We trusted for so long, and this is the mess that we're in. I just don't know if people have the oomph to turn it around. I mean, I ran for school board in Haverford in 2020. I didn't make it. Because I really believed, we need to have change. I knocked on doors. I did everything that we were supposed to do. And, we just didn't have that support. And you need a groundswelling of people, 50 to 200 people in a county that's well over 100,000 people. Like, you need a group. And I just don't see that that's going to happen. I hope it does. Bipartisan would be better. But I also think right now we have progressives, in a lot of these counties and our county council, and they're not real politicians. They're activists.
Yeah.
And people need to see that, and I know people are upset when they say step down and they call them names, but they don't care. They look at us with disgust. I've spoken at a couple of county council meetings and thought, why am I doing this? I'm only increasing my blood pressure.
Yeah.
But it's sad.
It is.
It's really sad.
Thank you so much for calling in. I envy the beautiful weather in Florida, but Helene, thank you so much for calling in. And thanks for watching us here locally, because I know if you loved Delco, you always love, Haverford is so beautiful. So I hope we can bring this back around. But you know what? Helene brings up a great point, and that is about something that my friend, Val Biancaniello, remember, Val was the one who got the attention of Trump and Michael Whatley when she said, stay in line. Bucks County, really, with all the election situations, Bucks County got a lot of attention. But remember, Val was the one who was arrested for just telling people the law, which is you have the right, stay in line, stand your ground. And voters did. Remember this? And so Helene reminds me of something. I got to get back with Val and think about this, because we need to focus on these in the upcoming elections, right? To make sure that these elections are transparent and legal and all of that. And that really is a theme of today, even when we finally get to Trump speaking out at the Patriot Awards. So we'll get to all of that. Can I take one more call? Do I have to? I hate to, one more, because I know that you want to talk about, who was the other person?
Joe, let's go to Joe in Columbus next. He's on the same topic.
Hey, Joe. Hey,
Good
Joe.
morning, everyone. Hey,
Joe.
Good morning. Happy belated Thanksgiving. I haven't talked to you.
Thanks, Joe.
This may sound cold and callous, but I don't feel a thing for the blue voters in Delaware County, because they bought into this a moron like Janet. Every time I hear, things going up, I think of Janet Yellen and her semantic use of the word transitory. Guys, Democrats in Delaware County, it's not transitory. It's transitional.
Yep.
They make up these semantics, equality versus equity. They flip-flop. They change over. The new word I have for them, I'm going to continue, is brain rot. That's my new semantics.
Yeah.
and good luck over the next 3 years. You're going to have a 30% increase over the next 3 years. They should understand, or they should ask themselves, am I going to get a 30% raise in the next 3 years?
Absolutely not. Yeah. Joe in Columbus, thank you so much. TGIF, I got to run, but you're exactly right. And it's something that we have to stick with. And that's why and Linda Kearns told us about this, that we have to pay attention to the municipal elections upcoming every year. You can't just say, woohoo, and take a victory lap as far as this latest election, that now this is the new normal to pay attention, not just a nearly 30% tax hike, but just like Helene pointed out, the water services, everything's going up in Delaware County. What a shame. You got to pay attention to make a change. Hey, there is no greater time of year to give back than the holiday season. That's why my friends from Piazza Premium Automobiles, they're partnering once again with the Salvation Army for the Piazza Toy Drive. You can visit any of the Pennsylvania or Delaware Piazza Premium showrooms, and that's through December 16th next week. Donate a new unwrapped toy, and your support, of course, will make the holidays a little brighter for a local child. You can find the dealership nearest you online, piazzapremiumautos.com, Piazza, piazzapremiumautos.com. Thank you. Happy holidays. Tell them Dawn sent you.
Hey, it's Greg with Cal and Company. Tackle the NFL action on FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. It's America's #1 sports book. Right now, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets if you win. The FanDuel Sportsbook app gives you everything you need to place live bets on the NFL all in one place. So when you get a hunch in the middle of the game, you can check out the latest stats, view live play-by-play, and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. All you have to do is go to FanDuel.com/Greg, FanDuel.com/Greg to join today. Don't forget that promo code Greg, G-R-E-G. You'll get started with $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. FanDuel.com/Greg one more time. Never waste a hunch and make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. FanDuel Sportsbook, the official partner of 1210 WPHT, so you know you're in good hands. 21 and over, President PA. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When you go on vacation, does it make sense to have someone else pack for you? Of course not. The same can be said for your retirement. Your 401k could be packed with things you don't know about or even need. If you're close to retirement but don't have a plan customized to your goals, that's kind of like taking a 30-year vacation with no idea what's in your suitcase. Seems like a stressful way to start what should be a relaxing time. Jim Cipriotti and the Retire Ready Financial Group can help you unpack your savings and build a plan to help reduce future taxes, along with a clearly defined income strategy. Call Jim at 610-894-7415 for your complimentary retirement game plan, or visit retirereadyfg.com. That's 610-894-7415.
Investment advisory services offered through Retire Ready Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through James V. Cipriotti, Retire Ready Financial Group, LLC, NPN number 2083768.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, the voice of the people.
What a day to celebrate. I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like I have a New Year's morning hangover I haven't had since college.
What you guys have done over there in this election is unbelievable. Having Pressler on all the time, having Laura Trump on, having Linda Kearns on, that stuff goes a long way.
From South Jersey to Delco, from Bucks to Montco, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, we are the voice of the people. Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, Free speech lives here on Odyssey's #1 talk station. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
He's the Patriot of the Year. I believe it. I mean, it's the least anybody can do to make him Patriot of the Year when, you've had 2 attempts on your life.
You would think, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy how it's really just fallen, into irrelevance. And we had an assassination attempt on a president's life, too.
Yeah. 2 times.
Yeah.
And when have you heard it? Really, unless you're listening to us, right? 855-839-1210. Unless you're listening to us, or I don't know. It's like, meh, not for nothing. Oh yeah, he had 2 attempts on his life.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah.
We took part of that hearing with my gosh, the Secret Service director, Ron Rowe Jr. just losing it yesterday. We took that live and we're covering it. And now we'll wait for their full report, but it's going to be scathing and it is going to call for major changes, of course. But I just think, to Dan's point, and we've been talking about it on Kale and Company this morning, shame on the media for not talking about this more and just not really taking it seriously, that we've had 2 attempts on a former president and now president-elect's life. And this is a tragedy, what's going on with a manhunt for another type of assassin in New York. But think about the wall-to-wall coverage of the murder, the gunning down of this gentleman who was CEO of United Healthcare. Think of this coverage and then compare it and contrast it to the coverage of Trump, J13th. And just think about that just for a moment. Yeah. I want to get to this audio of Trump accepting the Patriot Award and all of that good stuff, but can I take at least one more? We have a lot of callers on this.
Yeah, I think you're going to want to go to Sam in South
Jersey
next.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, Dawn.
Happy Friday.
Hey, Dawn.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, Dawn.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, Dawn. How are you?
Hey, Sam. I'm good.
Hey, Sam. Hey, Sam.
Good night, John Boy.
Sam, get to the point. What's up?
Okay, so here's the thing. I had the opportunity to talk and interview Steve Kornacki last night at Rowan University.
Nice.
And I'll tell you what. He covered the entire spectrum of 20. He was there to talk about what happened in the 2024 election, and he broke it down to maybe an audience of maybe 200 people there at the Student Center. And he was excellent. I mean, he was fair and balanced. He did not show favoritism to either side.
Good.
The bottom line I got from this, Dawn and Dan, was this. He thinks New Jersey in 2025 is going to be the story of the year, starting after the holidays. The race for governor, because 12 of the New Jersey counties went Trump, and all of South Jersey is now Trump country.
Yeah,
that's great. He thinks that Jersey is now a potential swing state.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something Rich Scioli has been saying for a while now. And I think we are seeing it come to fruition. Sam, I seriously appreciate your call. I wish I had been there. It sounds great. And I'm glad in a university setting you have a, MSNBC respected host who's giving both sides. I'm so happy to hear that he gave, what you're saying is a balanced type speech and interaction with students. Fantastic. Love to hear it. Let's get to Vincent in Upper Darby. Hey, Vincent.
Hi, Dawn. Hey, Dawn, I live in Delaware County, and I had 2 substantial rent increases in this last year. But, this inefficiency in government is on all levels. Mm-hmm. I got a letter from the Pennsylvania Department of Revenue a month or so ago, hitting me with back taxes, penalties, fines, threatening language. They send, and in the letter, they give you a phone number to call. Mm-hmm. Well, as soon as you call that number, you get 4 menu-driven options. You can't talk to a live person. What I ended up doing, had to do, is go to my state senator. They can get a hold of the Department of Revenue. It took me 5 trips back and forth to find out that they can't read a decimal point properly. So all this aggravation, this heartbreak, my panic, I had to call my financial people, see if somebody reported something. I don't know. But it's just, it seems it's epidemic. Not only can you can't count on the FBI and the Secret Service, it seems like nobody does their job right. And I know on the state level, there's still people working from home.
Mm-hmm.
I know it because I worked for the state. And it's top heavy, and you can't get anything done. Now, I mean, why did they have to put me through all this, you know?
Vincent, thank you so much for sharing that. And I think I'm so sorry that happened because, your heart stops when you see something like that. And you think, oh, my goodness, I'm glad you were able to resolve it. But you shouldn't have to deal with that stress. And I think you're right. It's going to be a trickle down doge, I think, in this next administration that we're going to realize because of what's happening at the top then, that in our states and even municipal level, the fact that, and again, some people are awesome and really efficient at zooming it in and working from home, good for them. But let's have that transparency. Let's have the question. Here in Philadelphia, Mayor Sherrell Parker said, nope, no more Zoom. That's it. We're done. Everybody back to work. And by the way, it helps your economy, right? Because everybody is back to work. Now you're going out to lunch or getting a snack and all of that. So it also helps your economy, but really appreciate your smart, well thought out phone calls for sure. You know, when it comes to your home, trust is everything. For 45 years, Kitchen Magic has built such a reputation for transforming kitchens with precision, with care, from the custom cabinets to countertops, the backsplashes to storage solutions. Kitchen Magic gets the job done fast. In just a few days, your dream kitchen becomes a reality without all the hassle. You can trust the name that your neighbors have been relying on for decades. Kitchen Magic. Get your free in-home consultation. Do this. Just go to kitchenmagic.com. Put this on the calendar. Let's cook up something extraordinary. kitchenmagic.com. Tell Dawn sent you.
At Independence Blue Cross, we take care of the people who take care of you. Everyday heroes like firefighters, police officers, teachers, farmers, and healthcare workers. Doctors and hospitals across the region have IBX, and they know what it means to have reliable access to care. So whether you're saving lives or just trying to live a healthier life, count on IBX, the region's #1 health insurer for 85 years. Learn more at IBX.com.
Are you worried about the state of the economy? Concerned about market crashes and rising inflation wiping out your savings? At Noble Gold Investments, we understand your fears and have a solution. Call us today at 1-888-403-1050. Imagine safeguarding you and your family with a tangible asset that has stood the test of time. Gold. With Noble Gold Investments, you can diversify your portfolio and protect your wealth from economic turmoil. Our team will guide you through the process, ensuring you make informed decisions that best suit your needs. Call Noble Gold Investments today at 1-888-403-1050. That's 1-888-403-1050. The future is uncertain. Take control now. Call 1-888-403-1050.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
It's a great month to get a luxurious new Volvo from Cherry Hill Volvo. You'll be thankful because there's so many fabulous offers to take advantage of. Lease an all-wheel drive XC90 for as low as $687 per month using all applicable rebates. Costco members save even more, up to $2,000 in additional rebates. See store for details. Customers enjoy the stress-free and satisfactory experience Cherry Hill Volvo provides. Cherry Hill Volvo, where relationships really do matter.
Listen, here's the secret to your holiday savings. Ready? You can get gifts starting at just $3.99. Toys from Disney, Mattel, Barbie, Sonic, Looney Tunes, Fisher-Price, Play-Doh, Nerf, Hot Wheels, and more. You can put a bow on these brands and won't break the bank. Adidas, Champion, Puma, Reebok, Converse, True Religion, DKNY, and Levi's are all at prices so low, they're basically a gift. The savings are hiding at You can put a bow on these brands and won't break the bank.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Calling on Blackwood to follow 1210 WPHT on the free Odyssey app. Download it now.
Just ahead, you'll hear from the Patriot of the Year, one President-elect Donald J. Trump. And I can't really remember a time when we've heard Barron Trump speaking, so we have some audio for you that I think you're going to love. Barron Trump is captured, and somebody records this as he's speaking. What did he say? We'll tell you about that. I did love the story of the Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel and the way that she's crime fighting against porch pirates, not with beefing up security or what have you, but she says, do this with your Christmas lights and your music.
Yes.
I love this.
Yeah, because porch pirates are allegedly stealing a lot of things off the front porches of people ordering stuff.
Yeah, so
her solution is not to, get a handle on it. It's to start playing Christmas music loudly outside. Yeah.
That is weird.
Yeah, so if you want to deter criminals, Dawn.
Yes.
What are you going to go with?
I think your best bet, in all honesty, is a barking dog recording.
Oh, really?
Like, put that because they're afraid of dogs.
Well, I don't need a recording for that.
But I don't know. I have no idea what song would be. What would it be? Annoying or scare them away? It's ridiculous.
My ears are bleeding, Dawn.
I love it.
Oh, it's terrible.
So they'll be like, no, not the chipmunks. I'm not going to steal that, $1,000 valued item from your porch because of the chipmunks. Give me a break.
Yeah, no, it's maybe, how about some, Bruce Springsteen too?
What if they like Springsteen?
No. I think
might.
It scares way more people at this point.
Merry Christmas, baby. Get off my porch. And then we have the story of, what's the other one? This one, I love this one. So this is at a Walmart, and it's a Shop with a Cop event to raise funds. What happens here, Dan?
Yeah, so Shop with a Cop is a great event that you see often where you essentially go and you can, relate to police officers as you go shopping and talk with them, have conversations, and it's a great community, facing event from police officers. Well, Velasquez Maldonado, Dawn, chose to use an opportunity. Well, I don't know if this is much of an opportunity. It might be kind of dumb. Take a listen.
It's a lot of fun.
Shop with a Cop is designed to be fun and at the same time help provide presents for children.
When you get to interact with kids of all ages, from toddlers and babies all the way up to young teens.
On Sunday, this River Forest Walmart parking lot on Iron Bridge Road was packed with marked cars. And on the inside,
between the Sheriff's Department and police officers, about 50 uniformed personnel at the store.
Just like every year, the police officers and sheriff's deputies split up with the kids to start shopping all over the store. Only this past Sunday turned out a little different from years past.
This year we added a little flair to it.
As Shop with a Cop was in full swing,
a member of the staff at Walmart came up to us and informed us that they had a shoplifting in progress inside the
Unbelievable.
store.
A quick look at security cameras.
We were able to see on video the suspect as he was concealing merchandise, and then he began making his way towards the exit.
With officers en masse, they went looking for the man suspected of shoplifting.
As we approached from different directions, he tried to escape out the back of the store where he was apprehended.
Police say the suspect,
I think he was stunned,
shocked by being surrounded.
15 officers at that point.
32-year-old Hector Valaquez Maldonado of Chesterfield County taken into custody. And in the process, officers learned he was wanted for failure to appear on another shoplifting case. And that's not all.
He does have other open cases here in Chesterfield as well for larceny.
Yikes.
Merry Christmas, Dawn.
What a dingbat, though. An event where cops are everywhere. You're really going to do this and shoplift? What a dope. And then I love this other story that is about the kind of holiday, the only kind of holiday inflation that we would ever think is good. These homeowners have this huge, this Santa, this inflatable Santa. It's basically bigger. It's almost taller and bigger than their house. 42 feet. First of all, where do you find that thing? But this couple decided that they want to make Christmas great again. And wow, that's just obnoxious. This is the biggest Santa blow up thing I've ever seen. It's like, I mean,
you get to see it youtube.com/@1210WPHT.
Gosh, 42 feet. This is towering. It only weighs 135 pounds, I guess, but I just wonder how.
There's aerial shots of it. It's bigger than the house.
My gosh. How did this fare? Because we have the high winds yesterday. We have high winds, 30-mile-an-hour winds today. So I hope that they deflated it.
There was a flying Santa somewhere. I don't know if you saw that. One of these inflatables took off.
You have to wonder.
Yeah.
But is that something? I don't know. Is that something where these folks are in Nassau County? I don't know. It's really obnoxious, and I know it's a lot of fun. It is.
You don't have any inflatables?
No.
What's your decorations looking like? And did you get them up yet?
I don't have them out front yet, but I just do the deer that have the lights all over them.
Okay. So you just pull them out of the garage? Where do you keep them? In the basement?
In the garage.
Okay.
In plastic. I hang them up. But it's like a buck and a doe and the baby deer, and they're all lit up.
Has Larry been shamed into helping you yet?
No.
Oh, come on.
Absolutely not. There's no amount of shame. I don't even care if you troll him on social media. He'll be like, nope, Dawn does it.
Got to get all our listeners.
It's her job. I know. He's like, no, not going to do it. Well, he'll say that Michael and David, what he'll say is, Dawn shouldn't do it. I shouldn't do it. We have teenage sons. They should do it. That's what he'll do. That's his his go-to. But I don't know. I would never complain to a neighbor, but privately I'd be like, oh my gosh. It's like some are really obnoxious.
You know what'd be really impressive?
What?
If one of those, row homes down in South Philly had one of those giant 40-foot inflatable. Frank, you going to do that? Have one of those giant inflatables down there in South Philadelphia?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Hey, Frank. Do you have an inflatable?
Hey, Dawn. Good morning, Dawn. How we doing today? And gentlemen, how we doing today?
Good.
Good. Hey, Dawn, you were speaking a little while ago as far as the red tape most people go through when they have to get something done by a federal or state or city government. What a process that is, and the waste that they have in the federal, state, and city is the numbers. I think me personally, I could save them about $1 trillion. It must hires me as a government. I wouldn't even want a big salary, maybe $100,000 a year, something like that. But anyway, I'm going to give you an example, 2 examples. One, I was in the military. I was a cook. I was doing reserve meetings over here in South Philadelphia. I was ordered by a warrant officer to cook off order meat for 25 soldiers that I had to serve, and it was about 400 pounds of chicken, 600 pounds of beef, and besides the desserts and the fruits and stuff like that for 25 servings. Well, I told him, I said, look, I'll cook off for 100 troops, and the rest I'm going to bring it to it used to be called Greenwich Home on 9th and Shunk over here for mentally retarded kids. They had a kitchen back there. The officer says to me, I'll give you an order. If not, I'm going to court martial you. You know what I told him? Go pound sand, but not in that fashion. I said, you can follow me to the Greenwich Home, and I'm going to take whatever meat and desserts and stuff like that to the Greenwich Home. And I never did get a court martial because I only had 2 more months to do the reserve meetings that I had over there, which I served 2 years of active duty before that.
And we thank you for your service. Well, I want to ask you something. Are you doing, because tomorrow, obviously, Pearl Harbor Day, because you do so much with veterans, for veterans, anything tomorrow?
Well, I celebrate it with a couple friends of mine, but as far as that, I do mostly just solely on the Veterans Day weekend. We do a 21 gun salute with the VFW 8714 from Glendora, New Jersey. But they come down here and we do that. We do the ceremony only for that weekend. That's the only bit, because in the summertime it's really too hot and stuff like that. But I do participate with any event that's being done with other ceremonies for the veterans and stuff like that. Now this Sunday we're doing it at our post over there for kids for the Christmas party for the kids, and then the December 20th is all the members that come down. We got about 100 members over there at the post 8714, and we do it also for the kids. We bring toys and stuff like that, and celebrate the holidays.
Yes,
and
Frank,
then come January
we got to run. I'm up against it, but we will. Thank you so much for all you do and for your service.
Is there
We
anybody
love
more
you,
South
Frank.
Philadelphia than Frank?
I know. I love Frank. I could listen to him all day. I got to go see you and bring my boys.
Are we sure Frank is in?
Get it all. Don't miss any of it.
We love you, Frank. Happy Friday, TGIF. So up ahead, we have Sean Parnell in the house. I have President-elect Donald Trump, more transition news. We'll get into some of those numbers that Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. There's more now on the DOGE, on the Department of Government Efficiency. We'll get into the fleecing of America. You'll hear from Patriot of the Year and Barron Trump captured. That audio, you'll hear Barron speaking right around the corner.
With a new administration bringing optimism back into the nation, it's more important now than ever before to become crash-proof.
Anthony Torelli, Clifton Heights, Pennsylvania. If President Trump can do what he did in his previous term as president and get the economy booming again, then that would be great for crash-proof, and it'll be great for my family and my future. This year, our portfolio grew by 15.7%. If I had left my funds with my previous advisor, that money would have returned about 8 to 9%, and we outperformed my previous advisor 2-1. That's interest credit that we're not going to lose with no fees involved. I'm glad the market's up, and I hope it continues to go up. But at some point, the market's going to come down again, and I'm guaranteed not to lose anything. We can continue on this pathway to success with crash-proof retirement.
You don't have to choose between security and opportunity. Schedule an appointment or register for our next event at the Copperfield Inn on January 22nd. 800-722-9728 or crashproofretirement.com.
Hi, it's Rich Zioli. I'm joined here today by my friend, the co-president and CEO of Cooper University Healthcare, the one and only Dr. Anthony Mazzarelli. Dr. Maz and I are here to tell you about our buddy, Dr. Mike Veneria. Not only is he my dentist, he's my family's dentist as well. And not sure if you knew this, he's Dr. Maz's dentist too.
That's right, Rich. Dr. Mike Veneria is and has been my dentist also. And doctors choosing doctors, that can be quite a selective process. And not only do I go to them, but for years, my sister and my niece and my nephew, the whole family goes.
Well, it's no secret. We're all delighted by the care that Dr. Mike Veneria and his award-winning team provide, and you need to check him out.
Whether you're looking for pediatric, general, cosmetic, implant dentistry, you don't need to look any further. Dr. Veneria's office does everything. Dr. Veneria's office also exceeds all CDC guidelines and has always maintained the strictest infection control, like their centralized UV sterilization of airflow, which is incredibly important to me.
Locations are right over the bridge in Cinnaminson and Woodbury. Your perfect smile's waiting. Call 856-786-2020 or visit veneriadental.com.
Prescription products require completion of an online consultation with an independent healthcare provider and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Additional restrictions apply. See website for more details and safety information.
Did you know that men across the country are getting their ED meds at TriRexMD.com and saving thousands of dollars? TriRexMD.com has FDA-approved ED meds and is now offering sample packs. Listen to what guys are saying about TriRexMD.com.
My partner thinks that I am a rock star.
I felt like a young man again. My wife is definitely much happier.
I walk a little taller when I'm using the product, knowing what the results are going to be.
Because it is effective, I say I'm on a second honeymoon.
It's literally life-changing.
Visit TriRexMD.com. Your consultation is free, there's no copays, no doctor office visits, and your shipping is always free. You can now access a 30-day sample pack at TriRexMD.com with generics, if appropriate. Visit TriRexMD.com right now to get your sample pack. That's TriRexMD.com.
Hey, radio listeners! Don't miss the Legacy Box Cyber Week sale going on now.
You've heard about Legacy Box all year long. And with our Cyber Week sale, now is the time to take advantage of our best sale of the year. Legacy Box is the most meaningful gift you can give this holiday season. It's simple, safe, and has been trusted by millions.
That's right. It's our best sale of the year. Right now, when you go to LegacyBox.com, you can save an unreal 65% on your Legacy Box.
And for a limited time, you can preserve your tapes, film reels, and photos for as low as $27, saving you hundreds.
Hurry, our best sale of the year won't last long. Visit LegacyBox.com for an unreal 65% off during our Cyber Week sale. With limited quantities ready to ship, this deal will go fast.
Shop our Cyber Week sale now at LegacyBox.com/value to take 65% off. Buy your Legacy Box today and send in when you're ready. LegacyBox.com/value.
Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3, Philadelphia. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter. Live and local from Philadelphia. The Dawn Stensland Show on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Yes, we had in Philadelphia the tree lighting, so officially the Christmas tree, holiday tree. I think they don't call it a Christmas tree in front of City Hall, but it's all lit up. It's quite beautiful. And then I don't know if you were watching the other night when President Joe Biden kicked off the holidays with the national Christmas tree lighting. And where was Trump last night? He was accepting the Patriot of the Year award on Fox. Let's listen in.
I just want to say we're going to bring prices down. We're going to make our country safe. We're going to stop people from robbing our stores and hurting our people. We're going to, and we'll get involved with governors, including Democrat governors, because that's unfortunately, whether you like it or not, that's where the crime is. It's in virtually every case, it's with Democrat-run cities and states, and we're going to stop it. We're going to work with the governors and the mayors, even if they're Democrats, and we're going to get it down. And we're going to bring our country back, and it's going to be bigger and better and stronger than ever before. And we're going to be proud of our country again. Right now, we're not so proud of our country. We're going to be very proud of our country again. It's going to be better than ever before. It's going to be more successful than ever before. We're going to be more respected throughout the world than ever before. Countries are going to respect us again. They already do, actually. I think you have seen more happen in the last 2 weeks than you've seen in the last 4 years, and we're not even there yet.
Huge crowd.
We're not even there yet.
Love him.
So I just want to thank, this is a fantastic group of people. This is a fantastic turnout. This is very impressive. And you're my friends. You're my friends, and we're going to be friends with this country, and we're going to do something that I've been talking about for 8 years. We had it done. We created the most successful economy in the history of our country. We were doing so good. Our border was the lowest numbers ever, the lowest number of illegal immigrants coming into our border that we ever had. The famous chart. Do you remember the chart that I looked over to the right?
Ooh. That he credits with.
Ooh. I still have that throbbing feeling. That beautiful chart that I looked over, well, that chart showed we had the best immigration, the lowest number of people in the history of our country recorded. In the history of our country, that's what we achieved.
Yes, that's Donald J. Trump, Patriot of the Year, those awards on Fox. Of course, Washington Post says, what did they say? That's the headline that bothered me a little bit. Fox names Trump Patriot of the Year as stars cozy up to President-elect. And so it's written with a little, little attitude. So that's the only, they find something to, give a shiv to those who are there and celebrating him. I'm just covering how they report it. And throughout that, there's just that little tone. A lady who has met Trump on multiple times and appearances here locally. Somebody who is very involved in Delaware County election integrity issues. Somebody who made national news. She's a petite lady, lovely lady, who stood in line and told others, stand in line, stand your ground. And it ended up really being, I think, beginning a rally call here in Pennsylvania that alerted the RNC attorneys like Michael Whatley, Linda Kearns, to let them know what was going on and file things in court. And Trump, by the way, last night as well, he talked about the importance of election integrity and making sure that we do secure that in future elections. But let's get to Val Biancaniello, who's in the house. Hey, Val.
Hey, Dawn. Good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks for calling in. You know, earlier
Sure. I just have a couple of minutes, but
I know
wanted
it's
to call
quick.
in.
Thank you. So,
Yeah, Delaware County is not having it. I'll tell you that. My followers are in a tizzy, and I don't blame them. We have senior citizens who are on fixed incomes, for example. We're already paying more for gas. We're already paying more for food, and Delaware County Council says, "Oh, it's only $38 more a month, or it's only this much more a month." But these people are already choosing between food and medication. There are diabetics who are stretching their insulin from paycheck to paycheck. They end up coming into Crozier, where I work, and they're in diabetic ketoacidosis because, they don't have enough insulin. So, it's wrong. They claim they're transparent, and they're really not. They're terrible negotiators. They buy properties. They overpay for it. They just are fiscally irresponsible.
well, Val, and everybody, you can follow Val on X, the little @ Lucky Val Pal.
Val, how can people push back? Is there like some kind of organization that you work with, or like there has to be something that can be done to push back against these heightened taxes? No.
Well, I think we all see on the news, it's getting a lot of coverage where we have residents showing up at the meetings, pushing back, putting their 2 cents in, and county council claims, we're so transparent, as opposed to the Republican county council 5 years ago. And I'm sure you've seen they've actually tried to blame the Republican county council that hasn't been in office for 5 years for the hike. And that's just obviously wrong and, not being accountable. And, we elect you to make good decisions with our tax dollars, our hard-earned tax dollars. And they're just not doing that.
But
so,
part of this is,
there's
Val,
a lot of anger.
Part of this is, Val, and I know that you're a committee woman, RNC delegate, and so on with Trump, but part of this is, and people have been calling in saying, we need to have better election integrity, something you stood your ground. You were arrested.
I did.
In line.
I did.
And
I did. And, on that note, Dawn, that's another thing. When I looked at the budget, I spent about 2.5 hours the other day looking through this budget. And, when I see the money budgeted for elections, well, there is no mention, and I couldn't find it in any minutes from previous meetings, of there's a Act 2022-88, and it's specifically earmarked for counties to make elections run more smoothly, whether that's buying more printers, hiring more staff, et cetera, et cetera. Well, as you know, they had one person working at the government center processing hundreds of people. I don't know what the other employees were doing, but they keep talking, we need to hire more staff to make our county government more efficient. Well, it's certainly not more efficient for elections. We can all see that.
Right.
There's things in there budgeted for office furniture. Well, you know what? I didn't buy new furniture this year.
Yeah.
So do you need new furniture at the county offices? I think you can hold on a little longer. Okay. So, they're simply not transparent as they're claiming they are, and again, they keep referring back to the Republican run county council, of 5 years ago. And I think that if anything, that angers taxpayers even more so.
And so with this moving forward, I'm just wondering, did they drop that charge, or is that going anywhere when they arrested you and did that whole thing? Only because you were standing your ground, you were within your rights, obviously.
Yeah. I'm still in shock that they did that to me, Dawn. I really can't believe they did that.
Either.
I mean, it's crazy. And, the county Democrats are saying, well, it wasn't us. It was voters complaining to the park police. But, Dr. Taylor, the chair of the county council, she had a lot to say about my arrest and, in the papers. So, she was defending the park police. And, I am fighting it. I'll leave it there for now.
Yeah.
I'm sure, we'll be discussing it more, but I'm certainly fighting it.
Well,
and
I'm sorry
that's wrong. And
I'm sorry you went through that. It was awful, and I'm sorry you went through that. But I'll be honest, Val, when people saw that and it went viral, I think it just fired everybody up to say, no, we're going to fight. We're going to stand our ground, stay in line. And across the collar counties, people were staying in line, and you started that, my friend. You started it.
Of course, Dawn, I had no idea where that was going when, the night before I was talking with our Trump rep and we were talking about the people who were reaching out to us saying, I was in line and they told me to get out of line. And I said, well, maybe I'll just go up there myself. And the funny part is I thought, let me go up myself because, I kind of know what I'm looking at. I understand that, I've been through elections. I didn't want to send just anyone, thinking they'll be like, oh, well, this is fraud, that's fraud. I end up getting arrested. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Yeah, like get out of line. Unless you have a pressing reason to be here, you shouldn't be here. But the crazy part is, I still have like 267 texts that I haven't even gone through, from those few days, okay? Yes. But it did fire people up. I had no idea, like I said, where that was going to go. And it did put eyes on what was happening across, well, at least across Pennsylvania, but really across the country. But, was it an organized effort by the Democrats? It sure seems so. Looking back now. It felt like it, right. And I have a lot of friends in Delaware County who, they didn't really like Trump. They weren't going to vote. And they reached out to me, a lot of moms, and they said, I can't believe they did that to you, Val. I'm voting. I'm voting. I'm standing in that line. And they did. They went and voted. So I guess, some good came from it for sure,
Well,
so I'm
Val,
happy about that, of course.
I know, right? Thank you for calling in. I know that you had limited time. You've been gracious as always with your time. But Val, we want to keep on this story and just make sure that we have that transparency as to exactly what happened.
Absolutely. Yes.
Thank you, Val.
Thank you so much. And thank you for giving it attention, Dawn.
100%. Thank you, Val.
All right.
So we will have Sean Parnell in the house coming up right around the corner. We'll be right back.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the relief hotline at 800-390-6294. 800-390-6294. 800-390-6294.
As a business owner, you wear a lot of hats. One minute you're ordering today's inventory, and the next you're planning tomorrow's expansion. It's complicated, but your business credit card should be simple. With the Signify Business Cash Card by Wells Fargo, you earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases for your business, with no caps or categories to track. Signify Business Cash, the deliberately simple business credit card. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/signify. Terms apply.
It's a great month to get a luxurious new Volvo from Cherry Hill Volvo. You'll be thankful because there's so many fabulous offers to take advantage of. Lease an all-wheel drive XC90 for as low as $687 per month using all applicable rebates. Costco members save even more, up to $2,000 in additional rebates. See store for details. Customers enjoy the stress-free and satisfactory experience Cherry Hill Volvo provides. Cherry Hill Volvo, where relationships really do matter.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-885-9595. 800-885-9595. Again, that's 800-885-9595.
Kale and Company, weekday mornings, 6 till 10.
The FAA is now, I believe, going to allow Amazon to drone drop your packages over your house.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I saw a video of it. Little drone is over some little fenced yard dropping off a package.
And I'm a giant hypocrite because I'm sure I'll use it.
I can't wait for the first lawsuit where the drone drops something and it hits somebody in the head.
Yeah.
And then they sue.
You could get a drone to deliver groceries.
And then gangs will shoot it out of the air.
The drones will come strapped.
Start your day with Kale and Company, weekday mornings 6 till 10 on Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, and the free Odyssey app. Follow Talk Radio 1210 on Instagram and Facebook at 1210 WPHT.
So President-elect Donald J. Trump doubling down, standing behind his man, Pete Hegseth. And we also have my next guest, Sean Parnell, as well, continuing to fight for Pete and encouraging all of you to go on social media, show your support if you do. But welcome in Sean Parnell. I love your Instagram, your titling of yourself, husband, father, combat veteran, and of course, New York Times bestselling author. You wear a lot of hats, my friend, but we thank you for coming in this Friday.
Thank you for that introduction. Yes, husband, father are the two most important jobs that I have by far. So thank you for saying that.
Absolutely. So tell me, why do you think it's important for, I reported earlier on Truth Social, Trump doubling down and putting out there that he 100% supports Pete Hegseth. Why do you think it's important to stop this as the liberal media and others get a taste of blood, if you will, with regard to Matt Gaetz? And so why do you think this is important to stand behind him?
This is the core of the issue right here, because look, they already were able to get rid of Matt Gaetz, and now they're putting the full force behind trying to ditch Pete Hegseth. If they are successful in the uniparty, entrenched bureaucrats, call them whatever you want, the deep state, if they're successful, they will come for Tulsi. Mm-hmm. And then they will go to RFK, and then they will go to Cash, and it will be the same playbook over and over and over again. Smear somebody's personal life with lies, smear their legacy, smear their business acumen and leadership, and attack their family. That is what they do to every single America First conservative out there. And the reason for that is that they're outside of the system. They're outside the uniparty. They can't be controlled. And if you can't be controlled, you're a threat to the status quo. And if you're a threat to the status quo, you threaten people's bank accounts. And it's just as simple as that. And look, all cards on the table for people that are listening. I have known Pete for a very long time. He's a friend of mine. We were in the infantry way back in the day. We worked together at Concerned Veterans for America. He was the chief executive officer. I was his senior advisor. So all of those alleged events that were supposed to have happened during his tenure at CEO at the organization, I was there for all of them. And I'm telling you, I mean, I was at the organization for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I read that New Yorker piece from Jane Meyer,
Yes.
and I don't expect anything that the media says to be true,
Mm-hmm.
but everything in it was a lie. Trust me when I tell you, I was in Louisiana with Pete Hegseth at the Defend Freedom Tour event down there. There was no strip clubs involved. I think I would remember that. It's all complete lies, and I couldn't stand idly by.
Yeah.
While they attacked Pete. Pete doesn't need me to defend him. You see him on TV. He's very articulate and smart. But I know for a fact, having been through this myself, running for Senate in Pennsylvania, how this affects his kids. And his kids, he's actually got one more kid than me, which is kind of crazy because I have 5. But this affects children in very deep and profound ways, and they don't deserve it. They're not up for consideration as Secretary of Defense. And so that's why I wanted to come out and defend him. He's a good man.
And you're somebody, U.S. Army Airborne Ranger, served on the legendary 10th Mountain Division for years. You retired as a captain, 2 Bronze Stars, Purple Heart. There were people in the media actually saying, Sean, that in fact, they should just go with Governor DeSantis because he has actual military experience, saying that questioning the service of Pete Hegseth.
Yeah, I mean, this is part of what they do. This is part of their smear operation. And to be clear about something, to give people a sense of how this works, Pete Hegseth is the guy. Trump makes the nod, right? He gives Pete Hegseth the thumbs up. Immediately, Republicans who are interested in becoming Secretary of Defense get mad, get jealous, and they start running info operations against Pete. And much of what you're seeing in the media is because of the fire coming from inside the wire. I'm just telling you, not attacking Joni Ernst at all. I actually like her. I'm just saying she wanted to be Secretary of Defense, and Pete got the nod. So understand this for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the moment that these people start to smell blood in the water, a media narrative is shifting against Pete. At the very same time, you see the Wall Street Journal piece drop and say, well, look at DeSantis. Boy, isn't he a great, clean alternative? It is critical for people to understand this. This is all fake. It's all manufactured. Pete is doing a good job. He's the man for the job, and we have to stand by him because if we lose him, they're coming for the next Trump nominee, and that means none of the reform that Trump was elected to bring will happen. And this is the last thing I'll say. And now I'm sorry, I know I'm going off on this, but the role of the Senate bestowed upon them by the Constitution is advice and consent. Nowhere in that equation is obstruction. So, the president is entitled to his cabinet. For Republican senators in deep red states to say, no, thanks, I don't want this, is to thumb their nose, not just at President Trump, but the tens of millions of Americans who voted for him. And I got a real problem with that.
Yeah. What do you make of the final hearing that happened yesterday on the? I know that you saw it, Sean Parnell, looking into the lack of, I don't know what you want to say, just lack of ability.
You guys showed up that day and didn't give. There was apathy and complacency. Period.
Boom. This is looking into the Trump assassination attempts, not just here in Pennsylvania and Butler, PA, J13th, but also the one in Florida. What did you make of the fireworks between, Ron Roe Jr. and Congress members?
It was a perfect microcosm of the problem that we have in this country. Acting Director Ron Roe is a bureaucrat, and he's a ladder climber, and he doesn't believe that he's beholden to the American people. And you saw that play out yesterday as he is screaming at a Republican Congress. And by the way, for people who are listening, this isn't Democrat or Republican partisan jab here. Democrat or Republican, members of the House of Representatives represent their constituents. Sometimes I don't agree with those members of Congress, but the questions that they ask in these committees are asked on behalf of their constituents. So to scream at an entrenched bureaucrat who's not elected, by the way, who works because we pay his salary, screaming at a member of Congress on either side of the aisle is emblematic, really, of all the problems that we have here in this country and every single institution, that they have a disdain for the American people. They think they know better. And again, I got a real problem with that.
You know, Sean, I'll never forget, when you stood on the stage and you talked about, it was powerful, when you recounted what it was like to be just feet away from President Trump when he was shot by that wannabe assassin. And then I fast forward to today, and actually Dan Borowski, our great executive producer, and I were talking about this earlier, that we should not be surprised, but it is kind of shocking that the media, they never want to talk about what happened, not just once, but twice.
Yeah. I mean, you are so right about that. And having lived through that day, as you mentioned, we know about as much today as we knew within 24 hours of the attack, and that's next to nothing. Within 48 hours of Hinckley trying to assassinate Ronald Reagan, the world knew everything there was to know about the would-be assassin in an age where we had far less information at our fingertips. And so you see that dynamic is unquestionably true. And the lack of transparency out of the Secret Service and the federal bureaucracy with regards to the first assassination attempts it's just shameful. And it leads me to believe that there's something nefarious being covered up. Because how could there not be?
Yeah.
The question of how does a 20-year-old kid with no training whatsoever get past the best protective agency in the entire world and get on a building 130 yards away with direct line of sight of the President of the United States? That question has never been answered, and it needs to be answered because we lost someone here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, 2 others wounded, and 40,000 people there who will probably remember that for the rest of their life.
Yes. Sean, for you as somebody, you're known as an American war hero, somebody who served in our military. Just your reaction to the breaking news that we're getting word that the New York jury in the Daniel Penny case is now saying they are deadlocked on the manslaughter count in the subway trial that has been ongoing. Your reaction to that?
Oh, my gosh. So you're saying they're deadlocked, so they haven't come to a decision?
They cannot reach a unanimous decision.
No, it was just sent over.
It's a travesty. It's a travesty. And I'm telling you, when we say that everything in this country is upside down, this is another good example of what I mean. The Good Samaritan story has been told for hundreds, if not thousands of years about the importance of stepping up and being there for people when they need it most. What they're doing to Daniel Penny turns that story that was supposed to teach young kids and people from one generation after the next. Sometimes in order to be a hero, you step up and defend people who can't defend themselves. That's what Daniel Penny did on that subway. And these left-wing prosecutors are turning, virtuous stories that are thousands of years old on their head because they think they know better. It's shameful. I shudder to think what it will do in subsequent generations of this country. Just who the hell is going to step forward and defend somebody when they think they're going to go to jail for manslaughter if something goes wrong? It's just horrifying. It's terrible. Yeah. And it just needs to stop.
Yeah, apparently they have yet to reveal. I don't see that they're revealing. So on the first charge, the bigger charge, Sean, of the second-degree manslaughter, that's the one that they are just deadlocked on. However, there's that secondary charge of criminally negligent homicide, which could potentially still carry a 15-year sentence, although there's not a mandate here. But I'm not seeing that they've said they're deadlocked on both. So we'll wait for that. But I agree with you. I just think of the media bias, even as Dan, and thank you for sending me this. Dan had sent the local ABC station in New York. They, among all the local stations there, that the jury can't help but see, they're calling it the chokehold trial. So think
Ridiculous.
about this. The defense of this Good Samaritan is his defense attorneys putting on saying, hey, our evidence and our experts say that this individual did not die of a chokehold. It's known as the chokehold trial. How do you?
Yeah, they
you know
branded
what I mean?
it that for a reason. Yeah, they branded it that for a reason. This is why conservatives should always be very careful of left-wing language and left-wing media narratives, because in some ways, the chokehold trial, what already presumes guilt? Like Daniel Penny, he choked the guy, and already that idea is planted in the minds of the jury, and that's completely wrong. He was protecting people on that subway from someone who had already been charged, arrested, and released multiple times. This is a good man trying to defend people. That's what he took an oath to do. I think he's a United States Marine, right?
Yes.
That's what he took an oath to do. That oath doesn't go away when the uniform is off. And for him now to be charged for that again, anytime you see some horrible thing happen and you see all these people standing around with their cell phones, and we all wonder, what the heck are those people doing standing around with their cell phones? Why aren't they trying to help? Well, this is why. Yeah. This is why. And because of stuff like this, unfortunately, I think this is going to happen more until we fix it.
Just to underline your point, Dawn, here's a ABC 7 desk reporting.
Jurors wrapped up their third day of deliberations in the subway chokehold trial.
Yep.
Yeah, chokehold trial. I'm looking at CNN. I mean, just across the board. Listen, Sean Parnell, thank you so much for being here. You're always gracious with your time. You're an American. You really deserve the American Patriot Award there last night, too.
Oh,
but you kind of got trumped. So
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
Thanks, Sean.
Hey, Sean, where can we find Battleground, sir?
Oh, I'm on Rumble live every night from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Just go follow me over there. It'd be great to have you.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks,
the best. Sean, thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
God bless. No, thank you for setting him up. Dan Borowski does such a beautiful job. And thanks for, I was so into what Sean was saying that I did not see the breaking news story that the jury had just notified the judge, the Manhattan jury deliberating in the Daniel Penny case. And again, I'm looking at CNN across the board. I'm looking at all these stations, with the exception of Fox, of course, but CNN, chokehold trial. I mean, they're all saying that, and that right there, think about it. You might not even think about these things, but just when people hear that over and over and over, especially a jury, that impacts your brain. I don't care what anybody says. 12-person jury, obviously, sending the note after 16 hours of deliberations, and they've told the judge that in the deciding the fate of 26-year-old Marine Daniel Penny, 1 count of manslaughter in the second degree. In that one, they are deadlocked. They are not going to reach a decision. So what happens now with the 1 count of, quote, criminally negligent homicide? So I hope you put this in your prayers right now that this jury has wisdom on this issue. So we'll continue to follow this for you, and perhaps we'll get more information on what the jury does next. In a lot of these cases, if they are deadlocked on one, the judge will tell them, okay, go back and now work on the second, on this 1 count of criminally negligent homicide, work on what you can, do here. I will say to you, it's a Friday. No, this jury does not want to continue this over the weekend. So I think we're going to have the verdict probably by 5 o'clock tonight, if not sooner. So that's why it's great. We are live, we are local, and getting your reaction. 855-839-1210. I got this wonderful message from Ken Chase of Conservative Tours, as well as Dave Dorenzo, who helps organize these amazing conservative tours in Italy, the best. And the word is, if you're thinking about going, maybe you're thinking about giving this to each other as a Christmas gift, because that's our family gift to Michael and David. We said, all right, this is the big gift under the tree this year to the 4 of us, as Larry and I are going to be celebrating. I can't even believe it. In 2025, it's our 25th wedding anniversary. So maybe you're celebrating as many couples last year did. But as far as this trip, I hope you join me next spring on the Italian Riviera. Lorenzo and Romina, they will be back. I keep getting DMs and texts from you. Are they going to be back for our group? We have our group text. Conservative Tours, they're the best. And they've crafted this itinerary that is sure to enchant all of us. Tuscany, the Riviera, the northern Italian lakes region, Cinque Terre, and dining events that you're going to write home about. $53.78, and yes, it includes your airfare. Pisa, Michelangelo's Florence, the fashion capital of Milan. Call toll free. Do this today because this is almost completely booked up. 888-733-9494. You can go to conservativetours.com. The luxury hotels. The Mercedes Coach, a tour leader who is the best. That is Conservative Tours in Italy. A+ rating with a Better Business Bureau. Charming Siena, home to Il Palio, the medieval Manhattan, San Gimignano, Medina, Lake Como, Vernazza. Join me next spring in Italy. I'll see you in Portofino. ConservativeTours.com. Tell them Dawn sent you.
Weather sponsored by Budget Blinds.
The Arctic air mass remains in place heading into the weekend. Plenty of sunshine today, not quite as windy. High temperature up around 38, but feeling colder with the wind. Very cold tonight, partly cloudy with a low 26. And for Saturday, partly sunny and still breezy with a high around 40.
Hi, everyone. This is Dom Giordano here with my friend and dentist, Dr. Robert Bentz of the Bentz Dental Group. Dr. Bentz, we've talked about your cutting-edge, state-of-the-art care. Why is that so vital?
It sure helps me diagnose and elevate the level of care I can offer if I'm using the latest technology. I use it on a normal, everyday basis, and I can see things that it's just missed. It's not misdiagnosed, but you can't see something that your equipment won't allow you to. So I feel that if I can't utilize what's out there, and it takes a lot to be trained on it, feel comfortable, that can work for everyone. Not just these advanced cases, but it gives you a very consistent, efficient, and predictable result.
Dr. Bentz and the team at Bentz Dental Group provide solutions for the most complex dental cases. Call Dr. Bentz today at 610-272-6949 or visit BentzDentalGroup.com. Bentz Dental Group, say it with a smile.
Are you worried about the state of the economy? Concerned about market crashes and rising inflation wiping out your savings? At Noble Gold Investments, we understand your fears and have a solution. Call us today at 1-888-403-1050. Imagine safeguarding you and your family with a tangible asset that has stood the test of time. Gold. With Noble Gold Investments, you can diversify your portfolio and protect your wealth from economic turmoil. Our team will guide you through the process, ensuring you make informed decisions that best suit your needs. Call Noble Gold Investments today at 1-888-403-1050. That's 1-888-403-1050. The future is uncertain. Take control now. Call 1-888-403-1050.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-408-4040. That's 800-408-4040.
California Psychics is the real deal. They helped me out, totally changed my attitude, totally got me psyched to start my business and take a new path in my life.
At California Psychics, we only connect our customers with the best. We reject 98% of the psychics who apply to us, so we guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. New customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. So experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com.
The holidays are coming. Budget Blinds is your one-stop shop for blinds, shades, shutters, custom drapery, and motorization. Visit budgetblinds.com for a free in-home consultation and the only no questions asked warranty in the business. Schedule your holiday consultation. Ask about their special radio offer.
Hey, this is Jimmy Fallon in the house, and dig this, folks. This is not a drill. It's the real thing. You can now join me weeknights from 7 to 10 p.m. on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT or anywhere on the free Odyssey app.
Hey, we've got great news. Sarah Weiss, do we have Sarah? Sarah Weiss on our YouTube chat just said the great news that she signed up on Conservative Tours. I can't wait to celebrate with you and go to Italy with you.
So she can't call in, but she says, Dawn, I can't call right now, but I'm so excited. I need a vacation so badly, and what better than to spend it with you and meeting some new friends as you suggest. I'll be solo, of course, but I know I won't truly be solo. It'll be so much fun.
That's right. Sid will be in heaven watching us as we tour Italy.
Awesome.
We'll be together. And, you know, the thing is, you're part of the family. So that's really what it's all about. You can... And my boys, they love you. So Larry, and our whole family really and that's welcome to the family. I will say we have get-togethers. It's just really a great group that we've become dear friends. But it's just an incredible experience, and I can't wait for Italy in the spring. So Sarah, you made my day. Thank you, my friend. That's just it. When we think about all this news, I do want to just update you on the breaking news of the moment. I do want to make sure we get to Barron Trump, because I don't know that I've ever heard him speaking. So we'll get to that story as well. But the latest as far as this goes, so we've got a jury in Manhattan. So they've told the judge on that first bigger charge, we are deadlocked. Hopefully that's a good sign in the way they're going to go. But will they then go with the lesser charge, right? That's the concern here. So as I look through this, for this young man, United States Marine, we talked to Sean Parnell about him, but I was looking at, so he faced 15 years on that bigger manslaughter charge. But as I look through, it looks like the criminally negligent homicide charge, that carries 4 years. There are no mandatory type situations on this. Those are the recommended prison sentences. So the second one, that manslaughter charge, still does recommend up to 4 years for the criminally negligent homicide charge. So that's the one that that's what they're considering right now. He has said that he absolutely was he thought that this guy was going to kill or maim individuals. And in closing arguments, his defense attorney argued that Penny was absolutely justified in his actions that he took to protect himself and those other riders. There were people who testified that they thought they were going to die. So there's that. But the fact that, as Sean Parnell said, and we've said all along, the fact that Alvin Bragg did a change of mind after there was a news conference about it, and at first said, no, we're not going to have any charges. And then once it was in the media headlines, made a change. What a horrible reason to put somebody like this, a patriot who wanted to protect others as a good Samaritan, to put him on trial and put him through this. I hope and pray the jury does the right thing. That's just please pray for him and pray for Penny, okay? 855-839-1210, the number to call. Do we want to do Barron Trump here? Do you want to take a call? What do you want to do, Dan?
Yeah, I would love to get to Ed at some point, because he's got a great story about we saw that whole situation play out in Manhattan where the CEO was gunned down by an individual, and it seems the theory that's developed strongest is, maybe something happened with insurance claims, and it's kicked off a national debate. It's an absolutely horrific situation. The killer should be condemned, but it's kicked off a national debate as to these insurance companies and the advantage they take of private individuals. And Ed, our resident poet, apparently was taken advantage by an insurance company, and he wanted to tell you a story, Dawn. Would you want to hear that?
Yeah. Hey, Ed.
Hey, Dawn, you're profound with the pronoun, and I'm so glad you're around, and your opinion's quite sound. I had to give you a rhyme first,
Thank you, Ed.
Because I love you so much. Now, here's what I want to tell you. I am so familiar with how creepy insurance companies are. I'm a type 2 diabetic, and I had wounds because I have no feeling from my toes up to my knees, and I got dirt in my shoe, and I got very bad wounds, and I had to go to wound care. So here's what happened. 6 months go by. I get no bills from nobody. And all of a sudden, like 6 months later, the insurance company starts paying the bills, leaving me with like 60%. Do you know, I think I went 6 times to outpatient wound care. I think I spent no more than 15 or 20 minutes at a time, and I wound up paying over $3,000 worth of bills.
Unbelievable. And the fact that they waited so long.
Hung me out. Yeah, they hung me out, and I stopped going. I finished up healing on my own. They helped me get very close to healing, but I couldn't afford to go there no more.
And that's the problem.
Oh, and the insurance company only gets about $1,200 a month because I'm self-employed.
Well, thank you, Ed. That's what Ed said. We love you, Ed. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
I like what you did there.
That's what Ed said.
Wow, you're starting to rhyme too, Dawn. Uh-oh.
It's contagious.
It is.
His family's going to get aggravated with me, too. Thanks, Ed. Hey, we will continue. We got to hear Barron Trump right around the corner. Other breaking
You want to
news.
do that real quick before we head to break, or you want to talk about that a little bit longer? It's your call.
Yeah, let's hear Barron.
You want to hear Barron?
Yeah.
All right, youtube.com/@1210WPHT. There is a video element as well you can check out over there, and please go click the notification button to be notified anytime we're on. Here's Barron.
Hello, how are you? I'm in the business. It's very nice to see you. Very nice.
I gave him a shout out last night. The place went crazy. He didn't
Hello, how are you? It's very nice. Good to see you.
You too, buddy. Oh, you've never met? No.
That was him saying good to see you. Sounds just like his dad.
So wait, I think that was it. Did you play that last part?
Yeah, let me go back again.
So I guess he's with Dana White.
Mhm.
He's meeting Dana White. Oh, you two have never met. And then Dana White.
Hello, how are you? I'm in the business. It's very nice to see you. Very nice.
I gave him a shout out last night.
So it was him there. All right, so I just want to stop it there. It was him there saying, very nice
Very
to
nice
see you.
to see you.
Hello, how are you? I'm in the business. It's very nice to see you. Very nice.
I gave him a shout out last night. The place went crazy. He didn't
Hello, how are you? It's very nice. Good to see you.
You too, buddy. Oh, you've never met? No. Could we make him into a fighter?
Then Trump says to Dana White, can we make him into a fighter? I know it's faint, but I just wanted to hear his voice. And, it's just, he sounds a little bit like Eric.
You think
Trump.
so?
Yeah, a little bit.
I thought he kind of sounded like his father.
Yeah, and I think Eric sounds
Yeah,
like
you know
his
what,
dad
you're
a
right,
little
he
bit
does,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, he sounds like a young Trump. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
We'll have to have fun with that moving forward. Like
He's
play.
a huge kid, too.
Yeah.
Like
Oh my
towering over
gosh.
his dad.
How tall is he? 6'8"?
I think so.
How tall are you?
6'8".
So
Yeah,
you would-
throwing glass stones in a house over here.
So yeah,
Or
you
throwing
tall
stones in a
guys
glass house.
use. Well, Melania's tall as a model, right? How tall is she? She's like.
That's a good question. I don't know. Is she tall?
I thought she was at least. She wears high. She wears
5'11".
5'11".
Yeah.
So
Oh, well, according to Google, this Barron has now grown to 6'9". He's surpassed me.
yeah, because you continue. According to gotta say DuckDuckGo. Don't Google. DuckDuckGo it.
I DuckDuckGo'd it. Yes.
But you do. You still. I always argue with that because you do still grow in college. I mean, and he's still a teenager, right? He just turned 18. And I should know this because Melania and I were pregnant at the same time.
March
He's
20th.
March 20th. So he's a 2006 baby.
Mm-hmm.
So we got that going on. What a cutie. What a handsome young man. Very impressive young man. But it's pretty cool who he gets to meet and how I can't wait for his first interview. Barron, if you're watching or listening, we'd love to do it. But seriously, with Barron Trump, the influence that he had, wasn't that great that he said, Dad, you got to do these long form interviews with all these guys. Trump did, and I think it really paid off. So kudos to Barron Trump. We're all grateful to you. I'll credit Barron with helping to make America great again. All right, we got to talk about gift giving, and we got to talk about What a Crock. I've used them. I found them in a little farmer's market not far from my house years ago. Mom and pop operation, delicious home cooked meals, just not home cooked by me, but they are home cooked. They've now gone national, and that shows you how delicious and convenient they are. So whatacrock.com, they have delicious, easy to prepare meals. Well, when I say easy to prepare, what I mean is you take the What a Crock meal out of the freezer that was delivered, you plop it into your slow cooker early in the morning. I go about my day. When I come home, dinner is waiting. It's that simple. They also will send you can get the crock pot liners so that there virtually is no cleanup. And that's what I love about it. What a Crock meals, they're excellent. An excellent gift for the holidays or anybody who could use help in the kitchen or just looking for an easy, kind of an easy meal prep, especially during these busy times. College students, maybe somebody who's had surgery, somebody a couple that maybe they've just had a baby and you want to send them some home cooked meals. Great for the holidays as a gift. And you can actually send them and one of those e-gift cards at whatacrock.com. It's a digital gift cards. And that way they can go through, have a lot of fun, and they can choose. So do they want the French toast? Do they want the bean chili or the hearty beef chili or grandma's meatballs that are beef or the chicken parm meatballs that are so delicious, a little lower in fat. And then in the middle, they have that delicious surprise in the middle with the melted Parmesan cheese. Unlike most of these meal kit companies, there's not any prep. You're not going to get like a box of, Larry did this says, hey babe, I ordered you something. This was years ago. And they sent like raw ingredients that I had to chop. I'm like, honey, no, thank you.
So much work.
Yeah. I'm not going to do all this work. I want something that eases my
Thanks
load.
for the hour of prep, Lair.
Yes. Amen. Thank you, Dan. So here's what you do. Use promo code WPHT. Get $10 off your first order. So it's WPHT, $10 off your first order. Whatacrock.com, whatacrock.com. You got to do this. Tell them Dawn sent you.
Hey, radio listeners, don't miss the Legacy Box Cyber Week sale going on now.
You've heard about Legacy Box all year long, and with our Cyber Week sale, now is the time to take advantage of our best sale of the year. Legacy Box is the most meaningful gift you can give this holiday season. It's simple, safe, and has been trusted by millions.
That's right, it's our best sale of the year. Right now, when you go to legacybox.com, you can save an unreal 65% on your Legacy Box.
And for a limited time, you can preserve your tapes, film reels, and photos for as low as $27, saving you hundreds.
Hurry, our best sale of the year won't last long. Visit legacybox.com for an unreal 65% off during our Cyber Week sale. With limited quantities ready to ship, this deal will go fast.
Shop our Cyber Week sale now at legacybox.com/value to take 65% off. Buy your Legacy Box today and send in when you're ready. legacybox.com/value.
Looking for the confidence to walk away from the 9 to 5? Find out how with Joe Yakovich on The Heart of Your Money, Sundays at 9 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Hi, this is Dom Giordano. Tackle the NFL action on FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge Casino, America's #1 sports book, because right now, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets if you win. The FanDuel Sportsbook app gives you everything you need to place live bets on the NFL all in one place. So when you get a hunch in the middle of the game, you can check out the latest stats, view play-by-play, and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. Just visit FanDuel.com/Dom. You'll get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. That's FanDuel.com/Dom. Never waste a hunch. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of 1210 WPHT. You have to be 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Dr. Marianne Ritchie. Tune in to Your Radio Doctor every Saturday afternoon at 5 here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT for the latest healthcare news and information, because your health is your wealth. That's Your Radio Doctor, Saturdays at 5.
Prescription products require completion of an online consultation with an independent healthcare provider and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Additional restrictions apply. See website for more details and safety information.
Did you know that men across the country are getting their ED meds at TriRexMD.com and saving thousands of dollars? TriRexMD.com has FDA-approved ED meds and is now offering sample packs. Listen to what guys are saying about TriRexMD.com.
My partner thinks that I am a rock star.
I felt like a young man again. My wife is definitely much happier.
I walk a little taller when I'm using the product, knowing what the results are going to be.
Because it is effective, I say I'm on a second honeymoon.
It's literally life-changing.
Visit TriRexMD.com. Your consultation is free, there's no copays, no doctor office visits, and your shipping is always free. You can now access a 30-day sample pack at TriRexMD.com with generics, if appropriate. Visit TriRexMD.com right now to get your sample pack. That's TriRexMD.com.
Hey, Cherry Hill. We know your favorite station is WPHT. Tell your smart speaker, play 1210 WPHT.
So the major breaking news story right now is that the jury in the Daniel Penny Good Samaritan trial tells the judge they're deadlocked on the bigger manslaughter charge. The judge telling them to consider the second count now, and that's what they've gone to. The second count, the secondary count, is actually one that would carry a 4-year prison sentence. So say a prayer for Daniel Penny, as these jurors now continue their deliberations. That could happen any second, and Dom Giordano is all over that one. You know, we wanted to end on a lighter note because it has been such a heavy news day. I will tell you that we have the coldest weather of the season. I know it's chilly out, but we have such a beautiful, beautiful tree lighting ceremony that happened in the city of Philadelphia. Tomorrow, a lot of communities begin our parades across the region. Also commemorations, as tomorrow, I'll remind you, Pearl Harbor Day, as we think about veterans and Pearl Harbor Day across America. For me in Chestnut Hill, we've got the Chestnut Hill Parade that we do every year. So if you can come out, it's really a nice little community parade if you have time. And I think kicks off like 9 o'clock in the morning, and they have Santa there, and they have choirs, and they march down through Germantown Avenue. And I'll have to ask Dom I don't know if he and Roe ever enjoy that parade. But even though
Were you ever like a grand marshal in one of these parades?
I have been in the past a grand marshal.
Yeah?
But I prefer to be on the sidelines.
Doing some, commentary with the husband?
No, just to watch it, experience it.
It's
a great little,
yeah,
it's fun. It's a great little parade, community parade, but it's so much fun. And it's just that time of year where, I don't know, I just love to, I'll be honest. I mean, here we are. We're well into December. What are we, 19 days from Christmas Day?
It's crazy.
I am so far behind because Thanksgiving was so late.
Yeah.
And so I just do want to get into the holiday spirit of things.
Should I play some holiday? Are you implying I should have some holiday music on? Is that where we're going with this? Yeah.
Maybe a little holiday spirit.
Dom, have you grand marshaled a parade?
Oh.
Yes. And the one thing that I remembered, I was going to ask Dawn, particularly the Collingswood one was a good one. Big thing. You have to turn your hand when you're waving like you're turning a light bulb.
Yes.
Just the light bulb thing.
Do the wrists get tired after a while?
Like the wrists.
Yeah, the smile gets a little frozen when it gets cold, and the hair gets mussed up. That's a lot of gel that day.
The hair.
Yes, exactly.
The Dom hair.
But, Dawn, I don't understand how they're moving forward with it. My information says with Penny, if you can't convict on the first, you can't move to the second. This is going to be on appeal already. This is just torture. I'm going to go through Krasner and this guy in the front page of the Inquirer today, who was a millionaire, probably killed somebody, got out, did a drug deal and killed that guy. Now he's back in jail over $1,000, and he had $4 million.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm just praying for Daniel Penny for this, what they put him through, especially this holiday season. It's a great Dom show. Dom Giordano is up next.